captured the objective.
Hey, what's up guys, Rare Bishop here and welcome back to my channel. Today we have some more Black Ops 2 gameplay for you. In this one I kind of want to give a report card of the first 2 months after the release of Black Ops 2. Since we're nearing the first actual DLC content for it, I figured let's go ahead and get some, get my opinions of the game so far and where I think the game is and where I think it will go in the next few months, leading up to obviously the next Call of Duty game in November. And before I get into that, I am running the AN94 with, I think, Fast Mag and foregrip. Why I'm using foregrip, don't know. I don't even know. And I'm running as my perks Flak Jacket, Toughness, and Tac Mask. Those are the 3 perks I run on almost every class, unless I'm using some kind of perk greed, one of the wild card greed cards. Other than that, those are the 3 perks I always run with. And so let's just get right into it with the main issue that most people seem to have, and it's connections. In this game in particular, I'm running with 2 people who live on the West Coast, 2 people who live on the East Coast, and I live in the middle, near the middle of the country. So if you think about that, and with the way they do the peer-to-peer hosting, somebody what we played with last night was going to suffer connection-wise, because the way it's set up is obviously peer-to-peer. You connect to a server, and then somebody that is in the lobby is obviously the host. So if somebody all over is on the East Coast, since we have more people on the East Coast than we do on the West Coast, probably the people on the West Coast are going to be the ones that suffer, because they're going to have to try to connect to somebody who's across the country. And although it doesn't seem like that should be that big of an issue, it is in Call of Duty for some reason, and specifically in Black Ops 2. And I've heard people say that it's the reason why this is an issue is because of the theater mode, and I kind of don't agree with that. I don't think theater mode made it that big of an issue, because in Black Ops 1 there was theater mode, and I had no issues with connections in Black Ops 1, even playing with a full team. And then in Modern Warfare 3 it was kind of iffy at times, and then in this one, it just playing with a full team, it's at times really unbearable to play. And it's something that really needs to be addressed. I don't even know what they could possibly do to address it, because I'm not a server guy or connection-based guy. I mean, I don't even know if actually that's how they do peer-to-peer hosting or connection-based wise. I don't even know if that's how it works. That's just what I'm assuming. So it's something that really needs to be fixed. And I know other people are also complaining about it. Since Revolution DLC is due to release on January 29th, and it's supposed to have, I think it's 4 multiplayer maps, 1 zombie map, and that Peacekeeper SMG, which will be the first time we have a weapon DLC for Call of Duty, which is something I'm actually looking forward to, even though it is an SMG weapon, which is obviously in a class where the SMGs are very, very superior to every other weapon. So, but we'll see how that goes. But when it goes to the second part I want to get to after connections is the SMGs. I think the SMGs need to be nerfed a little bit, not a lot. I think the magazine size, for one, should be deducted some. I don't think SMGs should have 50, 45 round clips. It's just it's not when assault rifles have 20 or 30. It's just that all they have to do is spray and pray, almost like they have the light machine guns of some sorts. And it's something that I think easily can be fixed with just having the ammo count reduced. And when it comes to the damage up close, I know that's what SMGs are for. They're for up close encounters and engagements. But I think the damage up close should be reduced just a tad as well, because when running up against people, and it doesn't happen in this game in particular because this map is pretty big, so you don't see as many SMGs as you would on a map like Slums or Hijacked or anything, but the weapon up close with the SMG will usually kill me on occasion in 1 to 2 hits. Like, I don't even have time to pull up my weapon to start shooting before I'm already dead. And I don't know if that's due to actually the connections that's having that issue, or if it's the actual weapon that's doing that. Actually, I'm not positive on that. But either way, I mean, both of those things are 2 top priorities that need to be fixed. Yes, the shotguns are kind of a bitch, but they're shotguns. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to kill you in 1 hit up close, not the SMGs. The SMGs should take a little bit more bullets to do that. And I'm all right with the shotguns having that issue. The one thing I will say about the shotguns, since I'm gonna move on from the SMGs, is the KSG. I think the KSG, the range for that should be nerfed a little bit. There are times where I'm amazed by how I die so quickly to the KSG, because it's almost like it has you can put a sniper rifle scope on that and just sit back prone and shoot somebody with it. That's how it seems to me anyway. And so that's something that I think should be addressed. And those are the top 3 things I think that should be addressed. But the connections should be addressed more than anything. And like I said, I don't know if it's something they can fix on Treyarch's end, or if it's whoever's running the servers, or whatever. But it's something that I think is something that I'm gonna say something, I guess 12,000 times. I apologize for that. It's a thing that should be top priority on their list, and I'm assuming that when the DLC comes out at the end of January, like I said, 4 new multiplayer maps, a new zombies map, and a new weapon, first time weapon DLC for Black Ops 2, I'm assuming there will be a patch released then, but I'm not sure. And it'll be unfortunate if there's not, because with new DLC, you're trying to get people who have left the game after a month or two to come back and say, hey, there's new maps, come back and play it and enjoy it. You're trying to get them people to come back. Well, if the game is as broken as it's not broken, that's probably the wrong word to use, but if the game has limitations to it when it comes to connections or weapon balance or anything like that, if none of that's addressed or fixed when those people come back to play those new maps, then they're just going to go right back to not playing the game again, because it's the same issues they had before. And so I really hope they address it. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy to do, because like I said, I'm not a game developer, I'm not anything like that, so that's why I'm not trying to tell you, hey, go and harass them to get this stuff fixed, because that's not going to solve the problem. Going on Twitter and sending vulgar messages to David Vonderhaar or to Treyarch is not going to solve anything. It's not going to make them work faster. It's not going to make that stuff magically appear. That's not how it's going to work. You need to be calm and civil when you try to get your points across, because that's the comments that they're going to listen to. And hopefully people are actually doing that. I know I've seen people who don't do that, and it's actually a real shame, because these guys are trying their hardest to get this game fixed and get it to a point to where everybody can enjoy it. But it's difficult to do. Sorry, man, it is difficult to do when everybody is constantly complaining about every little thing. Like, my main issue is connections, and then the SMG's damage range. I think the damage per bullet and stuff. That's my only 2 issues. Other than that, this game is actually not that bad. It's a real shame to be able to play, to not be able to play with a group of people without somebody that you're playing with suffering connection-wise. So that's about it for the report card. I mean, I know it's not a huge chunk of stuff that people are maybe interested in, but I think the assault rifles feel great to me. I think they have a good variety in them. I really love the AN-94, which is obviously basically the AK-47. And I really like the TAR, although most people are against it. My friends seem to not like the TAR. I'm actually a big fan of it. So those are my 2 favorite assault rifles, and I really feel like the assault rifles are well balanced and everything. And when it comes to perks, I think the perks are fine. I think the perks are great. I think them putting some of the perks like sleight of hand and steady aim as attachments, I think are pretty. I think that was a good idea to do that. Although the laser sight or steady aim, I think, should still be nerfed again. But that's not a huge issue to me. I'd rather them fix like the connections and fix the main issues that are plaguing the game, instead of worrying about small issues like the laser sight. But that's it for this game. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I didn't ramble on too much, although I'm pretty sure I did. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and